Hey, what's up, friends and reptile lovers? It's Joel here, back with another update video. Just got done cleaning rats, which is why I'm in my grubby shirt. But we've got another clutch. Clutch 6 has all shed out. This is absolutely one of my favorite clutches of the season. Probably my favorite. There's been some really great ones. So top two so far. One of my favorite clutches yet, and maybe the best clown clutch we've ever produced. Some really, really sweet babies here, so I'm excited to see what they look like now that they've all shed out. So we'll pull them out here in just a second. We'll try and look at them together and try to figure out what each one is as we go through. It's always fun to see the progression of genes, and if you saw our cutting video where we had the little update at the end, when they first crawled out of the egg, you could see me trying to figure out some of the progressions and what's going on there. But now that they've shed, hopefully we'll be able to look at them side by side and determine a little bit better what's going on in each animal. Sometimes when genes interact with each other, they do really crazy things that you might not necessarily expect. So it's really fun to be able to see them all together. And I realize that my mic looks like it's about to fall off. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's take a look at them and see what we've got. All right, well, let's get them all situated in their own enclosures. But oh my gosh, aren't these babies so awesome? Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm up a little close, I think. Oh, that's the wrong way. Sorry, I was about to do this and I had a family issue come up and got distracted. So now I'm trying to get back to this update of these amazing clown babies. This is our Inchy clown. Isn't that cool? Beautiful. To remind you, the pairing of this was an Inchy leopard special clown to a pastel clown. So this is a beautiful, beautiful Inchy clown. So we're just going to get them cleaned up now that they've all shed. Get you a good look at them. Sorry, I'm trying to see. This is a girl. Awesome head stamp. And I'll have to dig out the other one here in a second. Let me see if I can find the Inchy special clown. Just one more gene. Hopefully I can do it without getting bit like the last video, but look at this. No, I think this is actually an Inchy leopard special clown. This is not the one that I thought I was pulling out, but let's just have some fun here, shall we? Can we? This one wants to go all over the place, but that one's staying pretty calm. This is the one I thought I was reaching for. Ooh! Got a gnat landing on my head. Stop. Okay, no chaos. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Look at how cool these babies are. So look, this is what I believe we have. We have an Inchy clown. We have an Inchy special clown. And then we have an Inchy special leopard clown. And if we want to, I'm going to have to zoom out further. Go even better with our progressions here. Excuse me, baby. This is a leopard, Inchy leopard clown. So, Inchy clown, Inchy leopard clown, special Inchy special clown, and Inchy special leopard clown. How cool is that? All right. Sorry. Got to geek out a little bit. Sorry. But we'll get this little girl up in hers, and then we'll look at the rest. Hopefully I can keep them calm down because they're going to be all over the place in just a second if I'm not careful. This is like an awesome tub. Sorry. Mixing my words up a little bit. Inchy leopard clown. I think we got two of these, if I'm remembering right, from the first update video. So we got two Inchy, and I had mistakenly ID'd these as something else on the beginning of that video. The more time I had to look at and compare to what we've got here, I realized that I was incorrect. These are Inchy leopard clowns. Look at that awesome head stamp. Look at that amazing pattern. It really brings that dorsal line in. Let me see your head. Need to move a little forward so I'm closer to the light, I think. But Aren't these amazing? If they weren't so all over the place, I'd do more side by side. But we're going to set this one down. Let's see if this is a little boy or a girl. Excuse me. Looks like a little girl here too. A little bit. Yep, that's a girl. That's a girl. Which is awesome. Which is awesome. Sorry, it's been a busy morning. I feel like I'm running around and kind of out of breath a little bit. All right, can we check you out here? Oh, not wanting to cooperate for me. Not that I can really blame you. But thank you for not munching on me like that pastel clown did in the last video. All right, well, another girl it looks like. I'm really hoping that some of these that have the special gene are females. That would be excellent. Hey there. Pretty little one here. Looking out. Inchy special clown. The colors on this joker are just phenomenal. Oh, sorry, I know I'm geeking out a little bit here. Please tell me what you think about these. I'm going to have to probably confirm all these with probing, because so far I've gotten all females from popping. And that just makes me a little nervous. They are a little squirmy and a little guarded, so that makes it a little bit harder, but I'm getting a pretty good pop on there. And it looks like another girl, which is great. Now, if you watch that real closely, you might have seen a little bit of something kind of expressed there. That was a scent gland. They all have little scent glands in there. Hey there, buddy. What you doing? You want to go next? I think this is our most gene. Let's see if we can tell a little better. Really darkened up a lot with that first shed. So definitely pastel. Pastel leopard. I'm not sure about inchy. I was thinking so initially. And the only reason I'm thinking special is because I just haven't seen anything with this coloration in a pastel. I've had pastel inchy leopard clowns, a bunch of them the last 2 years, and none of them have had this pattern and coloration. So I think I've got a pastel. This could be the all gene. This is a pastel leopard clown, leopard special, I think, which is weird because I wouldn't expect special to have the effect that it's having here. It's actually darker, but like I said, I've done inchy, pastel inchy and pastel inchy leopard clowns. Or no, I'm thinking about the Orange Dream. I don't know. I might have to get this one a couple more sheds, because it seems like special would really lighten this baby up. But if there's no special, this would be a pastel inchy leopard clown, and that just doesn't look quite right to me, but it could be. There is polymorphism, and so there's a lot of, I'm still getting female on this one too. All right, and some extra material. Where are you going? Now you're wrapped around my tripod. I think the moral of the story is I might have to probe all of these babies. But you're moving around so much, but there's no hint there. You're really not helping me out. All right. Good one. Female. I got a good one that time, and so far every one of these has popped female, which would be crazy if that's all accurate, but I feel like I've gotten a good pop on all of them pretty much. Woo! Tried but missed. Can you calm down, please? That was not called for. We got to play nicely here. Don't know if you saw that. This is our special clown. So cool. So nice. Head back. So nice. And you can see that if, no way, popping female also. You can see that that snake doesn't really want to bite me. I'm sure it got caught on the camera that it just struck at me, but it really doesn't want to bite me because I gave it a perfect opportunity. And if you notice, it was just trying to get away. Oh, all right. I know. I'm keeping you there. He or she did tag me, but just barely. I didn't even break the skin, the palm of my hand. So this is a pastel inchy leopard clown, or inchy leopard. Wait a minute. It's got to be. There's no blushing. Inchy leopard. I think this is an inchy leopard clown, or pastel inchy leopard clown, which would lead me to, would kind of help shed some light on the previous one, the pastel. That one was very, very obviously pastel by the head blushing, but the coloration on this one definitely throws the way that the dorsal stripe comes together and the spotting is greatly reduced, and the head stamp all point to inchy leopard. So this is pastel inchy leopard. I'm guessing that the last one was in fact the all gene animal, and special can busy up the pattern. So I believe this is the same without the pastel. So these two are, we've got a pastel inchy leopard clown, and we've got a special inchy leopard clown, no pastel. And if you add pastel, apparently it busies that pattern way back up like that baby we just saw. Man, this is crazy. This is what's so cool about breeding ball pythons, is you have to kind of put pieces together sometime when you haven't worked with anything before. And I believe this is a male, but I can't tell for sure, and he really is not wanting to cooperate. So we're going to have to check him a little later once he calms down a little bit, but I'm going to mark him as a male for now. I didn't get a real obvious expression and red, like the blood vessels in the hemipenes that you typically would see, but it did look like hemipenes there. All right. Woo! Sorry, guys. This has been a crazy one because these babies are all over the place, and I apologize, but hopefully you're enjoying it and laughing with me or at me. Either one's fine. But here we go. Inchy leopard special clown. Hopefully this one's a little girl. And I believe it's a boy. Still hard to tell. Yeah, that's a male. All right. So a replica of Dad. Inchy special leopard clown. So cool. All right. Let me get him up and we'll talk about it. Wrap this up. All right, well, there you go. Wasn't that awesome? I'm sorry if I seemed a little kind of out of breath or distracted during that. As I was trying to get this video for you guys, something kind of came up that I had to deal with, a little family matter. But I came back a little bit, I don't know, maybe distracted. So I apologize if I seemed distracted or if I seemed a little like crazy. But those babies were so awesome, but they were moving everywhere. Normally, they're a lot more calm than that. But that was a lot of fun. It really was fun playing with them, seeing them interact. Even the little guy that gave me the little kiss on the palm of my hand, how sweet. That was a lot of fun. And it's like I kind of suspected with this clutch. It is really neat to be able to look at them side by side and see the progression of genes. One of the fun things about breeding ball pythons is being able to discover how genes interact with each other and what it's like to layer just one more gene on top or to remove one gene and see how it interacts in the pattern of the animal. And this was a great clutch. I mean, really excellent clutch to be able to see progression from the simple just inchy clown to inchy leopard, and then throw in special in there. And what does pastel do? And what if you throw them all together and we got that one really washed out baby that has such a crazy and surprisingly dark pattern? I'm really curious to see what she looks like after a couple of sheds. But man, it's just really fascinating. I hope you enjoyed it the way that I do, to be able to see how they layer together and how the progression works. It was a lot of fun. So I'm glad that I got to share that with you and glad that I got to experience it. So Hopefully, all the IDs are correct with the sexing as well. I think I got a pretty good pop on most of them, but anytime I get that many females, it makes me a little nervous. So we'll give them a little time to settle in, and when they get a little bit bigger, I'll try to probe them just to verify that what I discover with popping is in fact accurate. It's pretty easy to get a false positive for a female where you think you got a female, but you just didn't maybe get it quite right, or they were a little guarded. And so I always like to double check by probing to make sure. The longer I do this, the better, and better I get at the technique, and the easier it is to eliminate that. I haven't had many in the last few years, but just in an abundance of caution, I'm gonna probe them and make sure. But anyway, I'm talking. Oh, I'm really, really thrilled with this clutch. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Please be sure to share with me what you thought of these babies, which one was your favorite, what questions you might have. As always, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, would you please consider subscribing? It's free for you, helps the channel out, and it gets us closer to our 5,000 subscriber target, which I plan to do a really fun giveaway when we get there. So subscribe so you can be a part of it. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I want to remind you to share the love of reptiles with anybody you can, and I'll see you guys next time.